Hey everybody, I'm Ryan Justin Jackson and welcome to The Centered Life, where we focus on staying calm, speaking clearly, and showing up with confidence when it matters most. The title of this short talk is Why Speaking Up is More Important Than You Realize. See, oftentimes when people think about speaking up in a meeting or public speaking, they think the fear that arises is about speaking. But it's not. It's something that we've been conditioned with since we were kids, and that's the conditioning of fear. You know what I'm talking about, like as a kid, someone tells you, be quiet. Don't speak when adults are speaking. Wait your moment. And then we carry that to school where the teacher does the same thing. Be quiet while I'm speaking. Don't speak out of turn. You wait your moment. And then we carry that to corporate America when we're adults and we hear the same thing from our supervisors. I'm talking. You don't overrule me. What I say goes. Don't voice your opinion. I remember when I worked for the Walt Disney Company. This is when I was fresh out of college, 20 something. And I was going to write a letter to the CEO at the time, who was Bob Iger, because I wanted to meet him. And I thought about like sharing this with my manager at the time. And then I remembered, no, that was such a hierarchical organization where if I were to share that with my manager, they would say, no, don't go out of line. You're just now starting out. You wait your turn. You don't get to speak to the CEO of the organization. But I wrote that letter and I even recorded a video and sent it to him. And he saw it and he invited me to his office for a conversation. And that eventually led to me being on air for Disney for a period of time, doing entertainment news as a broadcaster. So I say all that to say that the fear that we have to speak isn't ours. It's something that we picked up and we carried with us throughout the years. That's why I say state mastery is so important when we're practicing this exercise of speaking. How we feel on the inside matters oftentimes more than what we say. And so we don't often need a course, even though I teach public speaking and you can refine and get better at it. And I teach state mastery. What's more important than that is a decision to change, a decision to speak, even though it feels uncomfortable. That's the prerequisite. If we don't have that decision, nothing else changes. And so this short talk is just to give you the permission to make the decision, to give yourself a little bit more freedom to speak more freely, because you owe it to yourself. We're here on this planet for only a short amount of time. I heard a conversation with someone else the other day and he was looking at these old videos and he was like, man, all these old actors from this bygone age that I used to enjoy these old videos and stuff, they're all gone. All these people are gone. And the same thing with us. One day we will be gone. And so do we want to look back and say that we were afraid to speak for this finite time that we were here on earth? We know that speaking in the context of business leads to more promotions or it leads to better opportunities. We know this is why we're here, to encourage ourselves to speak, to give ourselves the opportunities that we want. But more important, that the opportunities that come from the outside, the freedom that comes from within when we give ourselves the permission to speak, that's what we're searching for. If you need a little bit more help with that freedom, practicing that freedom, there's a link in my bio where you can sign up for a Speak from Center conversation where, again, we talk more about how do you come from your center in your state and give you some tools and tips on how to do that more effectively. But first is a decision. So I just want to give you that decision, that opportunity to make that decision, because I know I have to make it every day, even though I teach this. And it's something that I have to wake up and remind myself. And so as I share this video with you and remind you, I'm really reminding myself. I hope this was helpful. Feel free to like and subscribe, where we'll continue to share more videos on this power of speaking from center and this being more calm and collected in the body that you're in, with the voice that you were given, and be able to express as freely as you want, because you owe it to yourself to do that. Much love. Talk to you soon.